welcome to the first episode of Ealdormere at Home, what we're hoping will be an ongoing web series where we focus on you, the people of Ealdormere, and what we're doing to connect in this time where we can't be together.
Obviously, things are a little weird right now, and since you can't go to the SCA, we here at Ealdormere at Home thought we'd bring some of the SCA to you.
Today we're going to speak to their Majesties, have a live music performance, take a look at one of Ealdormere's artisans, and learn a little bit more about the upcoming virtual event, Cloth of Guilt. But first, let's take a look at the week in review.
Of course, since this is our first episode, we're going to try and cover highlights of the past few weeks. If we've missed something, let us know and we'll try to cover it in a future episode.
When we learned that in-person events would have to be cancelled, one of the first losses was the Arts and Sciences competition. Plans were launched to hold the event at a later date, but in the meantime, the Honourable Lord Alexander Gladstone created a Facebook group where the Ealdormere Internet Arts and Sciences event drew 109 members and as many as 23 entries, from recorded music to textiles and everything in between.
The Canton of Bernat-Twinogs event, Fruits of Our Labours, known affectionately as Thule, officially transitioned to an online event. Between May 15th to 18th, 35 teachers taught 44.5 hours of classes to over 150 registered students at Thule Lucky 13, the virtual edition. Event staff overcame some technical issues to bring us classes including embroidery, gardening, sourdough, superstitions, research, and beekeeping, as well as many, many others.
As members of the SCA began to further adapt to meeting, creating, and working online, an SCA dance challenge emerged. The people of Ealdormere enthusiastically jumped on board, and dozens of folks sent in videos of themselves in garb dancing to Safety Dance by Men Without Hats. The finished video was edited by Baron Alistair Kirk and can be found on the official Kingdom of Ealdormere's YouTube channel, where it has been viewed over 700 times.
Another video meme brought forward was by Mistress Wenkenedal. This was the Glow Up Challenge, which shows people transforming themselves either through their makeup or clothing, or both. Once again, the wolves leaped at the idea, and Mistress Kenedal and Mistress Xristina organized the enthusiastic participants, with Lady Bethock taking on the editing duties. The completed Ealdormere Glow Up video is also on the Kingdom's YouTube channel, and has also garnered over 700 views.
As an homage to the 1980s children's program, The Hilarious House of Frightenstein, a group of 30 Ealdormerians created, filmed, and produced the mildly humorous Castle of Lupenstein. This three-part special runs almost 45 minutes long and was completed in only 20 days from conception to completion. As well as entertaining, the writers took the opportunity to slip in real historical information, so you just might learn something while watching. You can find the Lupenstein videos on Kenkervision's YouTube page, where Part 1 has garnered over 600 views.
As well as connecting via online events and video compilations, the people of Ealdormere have come together in several virtual bardic circles, canton meetings, guild meetings, trivia nights, and pub nights. Make sure to check out the Kingdom calendar to keep up to date on all the virtual happenings in the Northlands.
Now it's time for Wolves of the Breed, where we talk to your fellow Ealdormerians. As this is our first episode, we thought it only fitting that we talk first with their Majesties, King Rattanicus and Queen Isabel. Welcome, your Majesties.
Thank you both for having us. We're really looking forward to being part of this project. It's a wonderful idea, and we're really looking forward to seeing the episodes in the future.
So I suppose this is not quite the rain you were expecting.
Yeah, that's quite the understatement, really. It's been wonderful to see the creativity of Ealdormere. We're also so proud of this kingdom. It's been a big change for everyone. We're looking forward to when we can all be together again and just have an event. I'm so looking forward to that.
Me too.
But in the end, it is what it is, and we'll make the best of it for as long as we can. And hopefully the province will allow things to open up sooner rather than later, and then we can be all together and do what needs to be done.
Mm-hmm.
How are you adapting to these extraordinary circumstances?
Do you want to take this question, or do you want me to?
Let's both do it.
Can't make me.
How are we adapting? Ooh. We have both had to be online way more than what we're used to. We have spent more time in front of a video camera than ever in our lives.
Technology, we've learned a lot of new technology in the last little while.
Yes. We have our home stage crew. We really appreciate her a lot.
Yeah. It's been easy to be visible with using, tools like Zoom and things like that. It's kept our sanity at times because of the fact that we've actually seen people that we normally don't get to see. As much as we're sad that we can't see them in person, at least we're actually seeing them. So it's been a very good thing, and I think it's been good part of the experience for us, for sure. While there's always lots of public speaking, being the Royals, we've been forced to do different types of public speaking for this. Normally we would do a court, or we would we'd speak in public that way, and we'd have lots of heralds to actually guide us, which would be great. Yeah.
Well, and it's easy to be present at an in-person event. You're there, people see you, you can hold court, you can talk with people as you're walking around. In the virtual, it's so much more difficult. It's just harder. It's harder for everybody, and so definitely an effort, conscious effort on both of our parts to make sure that we're as active as we can, be as visible as we can be, and as supportive of the groups and
we are
projects.
so appreciative of everybody that's put a project out there or done whatever they've done to keep the community and kingdom together, because it means so much to all of us, and we just miss everybody so much. We miss events, we miss practices, and I even miss meetings.
That's a big thing for him.
So, the Zoom is definitely helping us all keep connected, and we appreciate everybody that's putting content on there so much.
Just how important do you think it is for the people of Ealdormere to stay connected?
We think that it is so very important for Ealdormerians to stay connected right now. Ealdormere, the SCA, it's more than just a hobby. It's community. It's a family. It's many of us, this is where we find our chosen family and lifelong friendships. The bardic circles, the pub nights, the trivia nights, oh, that was fun. The A&S classes, everything has just...
The Cooks Guild.
Yes, the Cooks Guild.
They're doing a weekly cooking show. It's amazing.
They aren't just about the class that's being taught or the songs that are being sung. They are helping us feel connected, continue to be connected, to see people we miss, to make new friends, to see people from other kingdoms coming out, and just being able to connect and see each other. Zoom has been great for that, and we much rather see everybody in person, but I mean, in these times, this is the best way to do it. But it's so very important to help keep that community together and keep that feeling of community that makes Ealdormere what it is.
Is there anything else you'd like to say while we've got you here?
I just wanted to thank you both for having us on today. It's been a pleasure and been a real learning experience for both of us.
So we'd just like to say further to our beloved Kingdom of Ealdormere, we miss you all so very much, and we're really looking forward to when we can all be together again out there in the world in person. We know everybody is struggling right now in various ways. It's so stressful. It's stressful for everyone. Everybody's lives have been turned upside down by this plague. And we just, we always encourage people to be kind and forgiving. We want to remind everybody to be kind and forgiving to yourselves as well. It's important that if you need help, it's okay to ask for help. It's okay to say you need a break, and it's okay to take a step back if that's what you need. We're a community. We're strong together. And so please, please, please just take care of yourselves and each other.
We know you're both very busy and have been online a lot, so thank you for taking the time to talk with us today. I just wanted to take a moment to say how I think we're all very lucky to have you both as our royals at this time. You've handled this whole situation with extreme grace and dignity, and I just, on behalf of all of us, we want to say thank you for keeping us all connected. You're doing a great job.
Next on the program, we are pleased to bring you the musical stylings of Mattius of Petrea, Thule.
The northern forest gave us birth, the north wind said be free. The lone wolf loped across the hills, foreshadowed victory. And where once a prince commanded us, his sons our kings shall be. When above their brows a golden crown shall rise. Rise, rise, oh rise, with the northern sun enormous and the north star as our guide, with a wind song in my bowstring and a stout blade by my side, with our children as our future and our legends as our pride. We shall stand, we shall conquer, we shall rise. The inland sea sustained the people as did glade and glen. The crystal rivers slaked the thirst of those first here and then. Came a hunger for our destiny, the feast begins again. When above our king the scarlet banners rise. Rise, rise, oh rise, with the northern sun enormous and the north star as our guide, with a wind song in my bowstring and a stout blade by my side. With our children as our future and our legends as our pride, we shall stand, we shall conquer, we shall rise. For many years we stood as vassals against the common foe. We did as we were bid, and many lands our valor know. But today we stand in freedom, in proud freedom strike your blow. When above your head the shining sword does rise. Rise, rise, oh rise, with the northern sun enormous and the north star as our guide, with a wind song in my bowstring and a stout blade by my side. With our children as our future and our legends as our pride, we shall stand, we shall conquer, we shall rise. There was a time that southern folk our noble name did fear. The dismal days of silence past, our destiny is here. Let us shake the dudes in glory for the crown and Ealdormere. Form the shield wall, draw the bowstring, we arise. Rise, rise, oh rise, with the northern sun enormous and the north star as our guide, with the wind song in my bowstring and a stout blade by my side. With our children as our future and our legends as our pride, we shall stand, we shall conquer, we shall rise. Hear now the words of northern folk, in hall, in keep, in field. We are the Northland's treasure, we the sword, the bow, the shield. We the lifeblood, we the sinew, we the heart that shall not yield. For as long as one still stands, the North shall rise. Rise, rise, oh rise, with the northern sun enormous and the North Star as our guide, with a wind song in my bowstring and a stout blade by my side, with our children as our future and our legends as our pride, we shall stand, we shall conquer, we shall rise.
Wassail!
Thank you, Maddie, for that awesome rendition of Master Hector's Rise. We'd like to take a moment now to shine the spotlight on another of Ealdormere's artisans. Mistress Keja has been making pottery regularly for about 16 years. Kneading the clay is called wedging. Unlike working with dough for bread, the object is to work any air out of the clay before throwing. The art of handmade pottery has been an active tradition for over 12,000 years. Mistress Keja continues this tradition with wheel-thrown reproductions and modern-influenced ware. Her reproductions span Europe and the Middle Ages from the early Norse era through to the late 16th century. This type of carving is called sgraffito. She enjoys the challenge of replicating finds, including mixing her own clay for certain forms. You can see more of Mistress Keja's work at horaceipottery.ca.
We go now to the stronghold of Greyfells in the barony of Skraeling-Althing to speak with Xristina and Dudhessa about their upcoming virtual event, Cloth of Guilt. Hello, Greyfells.
Hello, Ealdormere.
Wassail from Greyfells.
Can you tell us a little bit about Cloth of Guilt?
Cloth of Guilt is an online virtual event where everyone can participate from their own home. At the beginning of the event, competitors and event staff will meet in the Ealdormere Zoom channel, and everyone will have a chance to introduce themselves and their projects. The competition kicks off at 8 p.m., and there will be Zoom check-ins throughout the night every 4 hours to keep our spirits up. Work continues all night into the next day, but it's needles down at 4 p.m. sharp. Then we'll have a few hours for the online fashion show, a roundtable discussion of the projects, and the judging. Spectators are welcome at any point through the event to cheer people on, but especially tune in for the fashion show. We're also hoping that some of the competitors will want to live stream their work because we really think people might be interested in seeing the whole process.
What's the history of the event?
Cloth of Guilt is a new event that came about because Dudhessa and I had been planning to bring Cloth of Gold back to Ealdormere for a couple of years now, because who doesn't want an 18-hour sewing marathon that brings a new outfit completely to life from flat fabric to a finished piece. We were just waiting on some timing. I wanted to step down as Kingdom MOAS first, and we needed to offset the year from our Stronghold's primary event, Break the Back of Winter. So our plan had been, and still is, to host Cloth of Gold in 2021. The exact time of year, though, is now still to be determined as the pandemic has stalled our efforts to track down a site. But we wanted to keep our momentum going and find a way to hype up Cloth of Gold. And this is where the idea for the slightly shabbier but no less shiny event, Cloth of Guilt, was born. We've never had an online event like this before, and we're hoping to just get people excited about making something that has a deadline attached to it, as well as to introduce the idea behind Cloth of Gold to anyone that is new to that event.
How do I sign up?
To sign up, go to the Facebook event page, Cloth of Guilt Stash Busters. The rules and the registration form are in the event details. You can also always email the autocrats at scagreyfells@gmail.com.
We look forward to seeing what everyone comes up with. Thank you again, Your Excellency, and Your Honorable Ladyship.
You're welcome, Master Colin. Thank you for allowing us some time to spiel on about our event, and we look forward to seeing, hopefully, everybody on our Zoom channel in July.
Bye. See you online soon.
To keep up to date on upcoming events, make sure you check out the Kingdom calendar and the Kingdom website.
Well, that's all the time we have for this episode.
Until next time, stay safe, Ealdormere. We'll see you at home.